Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Emily.
And welcome to
The Boob Podcast.
the podcast with no structure
No plan.
and no hope. It's season
22. I can't think of any songs that are just two. 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. That's it. There's got to be more.
To become one.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even the tune.
Oh my god, season 2.
Season 2.
Lol.
We're back
whole
after a
season.
2-week hiatus. Please expect a longer one between series 2 and series 3.
Hopefully in season 2 we'll actually have listeners.
Yeah. Tell your friends about us. Tell your mums. Tell your dads. Tell your creepy uncle.
Oh, well, I was about to say, does anyone not have a creepy uncle? But then I remembered my creepy uncle is your dad.
Yay.
Right, so, what's on the menu?
Well, on the menu for season 2, first, is that we are officially a full horror true crime
That's
podcast.
That's our brand.
There will there will be no more stunt shows and shenanigans. There will be no more
Enneagramming. I can
enneagrams,
promise you that.
horoscopes, bullshit because we didn't come up with a plan.
Oh.
Except there will be bullshit, but it will be horror themed.
More planned, yeah. I would like to say less Twilight, but I'm not promising anything because
Yeah.
I've just ordered the new book.
Oh, I need to do that.
14 quid, probably won't even read it. But yeah, so,
We're officially a horror podcast, so if you do want to go back and listen, if you're a horror fan and you just want horror content, well,
Yeah.
from this point on, we are just a horror cast, baby.
yeah, boob. That's meant to sound scary, wasn't it? I'm going to that for future reference. That's more musical. Boob. It's just a lot of O's because we're scary. Oh yeah, boo.
Boo.
Bracket buh.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now.
Boo.
It's almost like we knew we were going to be a horror podcast when we started. It just took a while to ease us into it.
It has. So anyway,
Yes.
today
Yes.
we're going to play a little game.
Oh yes.
And by game, I mean we're going to over-analyse inanimate objects.
I know it's what we do the best.
So I thought we could decide which horror movie, horror franchise, or horror, icon is which famous UK pub / restaurant and eatery.
Yeah. Favourite
Okay.
place.
So, we're doing UK chains
Mm-hmm.
because you wouldn't know what the Maypole is if you're not from around these here parts. Such a bad
Your entire premise. Your career is going to be acting, but oh god.
Oh, I'm crying. Some people lies off. Right. Should we start with the potentially, arguably, not arguably, the statistics that prove it, the biggest UK pub chain of all time? Spons.
Oh, I love me a Weathies.
Where the spoons.
Do you reckon we'll get sponsored? Maple, if you're listening.
I'd like to get sponsored by spoons.
I'm really JD. What's he called? Jack Daniel Weatherspoons? Because he's missing a trick if he's not. So spoons.
Spoons.
Right, okay.
I hadn't thought this.
Weatherspoons. Oh, we're gonna have to go
Which-
all encompassing. So because we've been to a few spoons, they're
Yeah.
pretty similar.
I want to say Bournemouth, but it could also be
Say Bournemouth. Then?
somewhere else.
Say somewhere.
I think it was Bournemouth because I was at a uni interview and one of the last ones I went to was Bournemouth.
Yeah, there you
Arts
go.
University. So I think it was there. But they have a spoons completely
Oh, the suspense.
marketed on Frankenstein.
No way.
Uh-huh.
Why the hell didn't you go to university in Bournemouth? That was so...
Why didn't I go to university?
Why the hell we couldn't have been? I mean, shout out to my friend Abby. There's a Spoons in Leeds. I can't believe I just did a shout out. I'm really upset with myself. That turns into a nightclub. You've got pre-drinks and nightclub in one.
Wow.
Don't need to leave the building.
I love that.
And you can still order from the app. Imagine dancing to Stacey's mom and getting your drinks delivered. Just like it. Thank you.
I'm just going to take a minute to think because I really don't know what horror movie spoons is. What is Spoon's overall vibe?
Or like the horror character, maybe. Where the hell are we?
I don't even know Spoon's vibe because it's trashy, but at the same time,
It's hot, it's
the
beloved.
pubs, it's not very old man. You go into a Spoon's and you don't feel like it's an old man.
It's actually
pub.
quite. I think it's overrun by the youth now. I think we've boycotted it. Not boycotted. We've taken over it. But where am I? I'm looking the wrong way.
Yeah,
now.
I think the youth have taken over it. I think it's trashy, but it's trying not to be trashy. So we need a horror movie that's trashy, but trying not to be trashy.
A profound silence has entered the chat.
So
Right.
hear me out.
Yeah.
Spoons. We've established Spoons is overrun by youth.
Yeah.
Has a couple of creepy old men, but not too many. Trying to a lot harder than it should. Trashy, but pretending it's not.
Oh.
So I give you. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh my god! Because the premise is Oh yeah. How did you come up with that really quickly?
I'm
You just
just-
got a backlog in your head. haven't you?
I do.
Oh my god, that's a good point. Because tries a bit too hard.
It's trying to be what Scream would be if Scream wasn't funny.
Yeah, and it kind of worked because
The first one's really good. I really
Yeah.
do love the first one.
I'm
Plus,
trying
it's
to
got
think.
Daphne and Freddie.
I was going to say I think that's where my heart lies. I love when they're in films together.
Actually, I think they met on that film.
What, not Scooby Doo?
No, because what we did, I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's so long. It came out before it came out in the 90s. Scooby Doo came out later, 2001.
Oh my god, I love that. I actually love that they met on a horror film and then went to do Scooby Doo. Oh yes, they are everything I want to be, and they're still together now.
They're so cute.
So yeah, I see that Spoons is that. It's a shame. I was hoping Spoons would be something more iconic.
Me too. But I'm just trying to. I'm really looking up at my movie. I'm trying to think of something trashy, but not like scummy trash.
Like
Trash.
wholesome trash.
Trash that like posh girls would go to because they think it's like fun. When I think of Spoons, I don't think of pints. I think of pictures.
I do, yeah. So I think more.
I'm trying to.
Post-office
I think
Terry.
it would be a slasher,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think it would be
Generic kind of.
Yeah, maybe like a it needs to be like a pool party slasher, doesn't it?
Oh, I've definitely got
Because
Wild
you-
Child in me.
You always go to Spoons before you go on a night out.
Yeah, it's prees. So what's like a prees kind of horror film?
Pre's kind of horror film.
Yeah, it's definitely a slasher. It's got to
It's
be.
got to be a slasher.
But what some top ones? I've actually forgotten all slashers I've ever seen.
I'm thinking of like the OGs, like Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff, and it just isn't.
It doesn't feel Nightmare on Elm Street enough. I mean that.
It needs to be newer. Okay, hear me with this scary movie.
Oh my god, yeah, because
It's not a grown-up pub, is it?
No.
It's pretending to be a grown-up
Yeah,
pub.
and it's
but the youth go
stupid,
there
we love it.
and they drink cheap pints. They pretend they know what they're about
Yeah.
because snobs. Because Spoons has too many different types of beer.
Yeah.
They pretend they can taste the notes. All the girls drink pitchers and they think they're clever.
That's so. Actually, I think you
And
pegged it there.
fools. I saw a person on my last day of school throw up on a table in Spoons. Fully throw up on a table.
Just like splurging
Yeah,
on the table.
that's what Spoons is. Scary
That
movie.
is. Oh my god, even the little hand
I've
feels
passed
right.
out in a Spoons bathroom.
You
Spoons is scary movie.
That is so correct. Actually, I love that. I'm glad that worked out.
It's
Big fan of
iconic, but iconic for all the wrong
Just
reasons.
it's so blood. Why? It's like you think, why am I going to Spoons? But you can't not. It's like, why am I watching this movie? But you can't not.
I actually really do love scary
I watched them
movies.
before I watched Scream.
Did you actually?
I thought they were independent. But I loved them. The guy with the little hand and stirring the curry or whatever it was.
The one thing that will never be that's just ingrained from my brain from that movie is when the guy gets killed with a dick in the ear.
And when he gets rolled up in his like own spliff, and I'm just like, and again I didn't know they were the white
What's
chicks.
up?
Yeah, so good, and it's Eric.
Right.
That's so
Woo!
you.
I keep scaring myself. baby.
Right, one
we've done
down.
Spoons. It's scary movie.
That sounds about right.
Would you like to pick the next pub, eatery, or restaurant establishment?
Right, I'm going to go with, because I think this would be easy to peg. Countrywide as well, Prism,
Prism. Prism.
because it's very
They're all
like pretentious.
big.
Yeah, but it's like everyone just knows of it. Everyone's heard. Everyone's been to one.
Everyone. I enjoy Prism when I'm there, but I'm never like, oh, I want to go to
It's
Prism.
not your first place, is it?
No.
Prism.
It's too big for its own good, but no one really wants to see it.
And the type of people that are in there, a type of. I mean, you've got a broad range of people, I suppose, but they're all just. Oh God, I thought we were gonna get some hate if we No, I do like Prism.
I do enjoy Prism, but when I go to Prism, I see my entire year group.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter when.
It's like if you're on if the horror movie that we have to pick is like one of those that if it's on the telly you'll watch it, but you don't actively buy the DVD.
Prism's a good first nightclub because it's
good first
big.
horror film.
Everyone you know is there. It's kid friendly.
So
obviously of a legal age.
I don't know. So what's like a horror film that's like an introductory one? It's like a pretty all-encompassing horror film. Everyone's seen it.
Yeah,
Most people like it.
That you enjoy. It's easy to consume.
I've forgotten every horror film.
Part of me wants to say Child's Play, but I think that's too gritty for Prism. Prism's more bubblegum.
Yeah, it's more like almost quirky horror. It's almost not even horror. Is it like Paranormal Activity? Oh no, everyone's seen that, but what's one with like a clown? But no, it's not it.
It's not it. It's not fun enough to be it.
Yeah, that's more like a
I'd give it to GIY.
Oh yeah, that's very DIY. Maybe even Gales if we'd ever been. Although that would be more whips and chains, I think. What's a good one?
I'm trying to think of like a fun slasher.
What's like a Nightmare Before Christmas? Nightmare on Elm Street. What's like the other types like that? Mike Myers.
Halloween.
Something like there's got to be other clown films.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, I've got a list there of movies that I haven't. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, because that's
Friday the 13th.
A staple one.
It's a staple, but you don't really. Yeah, and you have a good time when it's on.
Yeah.
But you're never really going out your way to watch it.
Yeah, that's a good point,
It's iconic, but it's not new.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you got it right. Yeah, because like we've all seen it. Crap. Right, so we've done
Prism.
Talented, brilliant, incredible.
Because we just touched on it, GIY.
Yeah.
Now, you could give it, but you could also give it the Babadook. Because the Babadook, I don't know if you know this, very big with the guys. The Babadook became a meme in the like LGBTQ community.
Oh.
I don't know how it started or where it started.
I love that.
But the Babadook is gay. He's a gay icon. So
there you go. That was an easy one. Mystery solved.
there we go. Done.
Oh, I love that.
You know what? I'm gonna go something that I consider it classy.
Go.
Because it's a bit like Pizza Express but posh. Ask Italian.
Oh, okay. So
it's a little bit ooh, a little bit ah, a little bit.
So like an upmarket horror now. What the hell would like people pay for? What would you go to the cinema
Something
to see?
that you go to and you think you're a bit clever.
Yeah, you think like, oh, I'm not going to be jump scared. I'm not going to be. It's not like pitiful jumps. It's like grown up.
It's grown
scare.
up horror. It's a slow
Sophisticated.
burn, sophisticated.
So the storyline's got to be a good one then. It's
Yeah.
going to be like, I can't remember any horror film ever. What's a clever horror movie?
Hereditary.
That actually, yeah. I no spot, but I just can't get my head around that. I really want to make dolls' houses. hey! That bit threw me off.
I wasn't expecting. Oh, it just came out the blue.
And then you just sat there like,
man.
To be fair, what would you? And then just drives home. It's off to bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was very good. So yeah, I can see that as an ass. Like, I can see that. Like, she's a good actress as well. The woman.
She is.
Yeah, making that look like a classic.
It's classy.
Classy people would watch that.
Classy.
I'm wondering now that I mentioned it. I know we're going backwards here, but what would Paranormal Activity be as a chain?
Paranormal Activity is like a movie that I can't tell if I enjoy it or not.
I know. I think the premise I'm really big on.
I don't, because I really like the fact it's not loads of jump scares.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I need more.
Yeah, because of the premise.
It blue balls me.
Yeah, every time and then the music goes and you're like, it's coming. Anything else?
Blue balls.
Oh.
Now I'm thinking about ice cream.
Oh, screwballs.
I was thinking more like blueberry, like sherbety sorbet shit.
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
Flavors of ice cream.
Where sells good ice cream?
Good ice cream.
Well, it doesn't have to be good.
Just ice cream. Where sells ice cream other than John the Ice Cream Man? He was,
Yeah, actually though, ice cream would be that movie about the ice cream man. It's in my head. I can't remember what it's called. It's a horror movie about an ice cream
Yeah,
man.
I can even hear the ice cream van.
Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream.
Oh, it's a classic.
Fucking Sabrina.
It's just a classic. I'd rewatch
Now I'm
it.
thinking about something you go to and you think you're going to really enjoy it, and the ending is good,
It's just
but it just doesn't give you
a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, you don't get to. You want a climax, and you don't get one. You're just disappointed in the. You're sweaty. You're disappointed.
Sweating is disappointing.
I know it's not a restaurant chain, but bloody hell, Paranormal Activity's a bad sexual encounter.
I was gonna say that. That's
You're
painting a
sweaty,
picture.
You're disappointed. You just want to go home.
But then, because there's Paranormal Activity 3, 4, it's one of those that you just find yourself doing again.
You
and
do
you're
it
like,
again
why
and
am I-
again. You just think it's going to be better every time,
Yeah,
but it just
every
gets
time.
worse.
Yeah, every time there's more people watching. And so which one have we been to?
Nando's. I don't know whether you agree with me. Nando's is wildly overrated.
Yeah.
Every time I go, I think it's going to be better than it is, and it's never good.
Honestly, the whole cheeky Nando's is what is the foundation of Britain. And I mean, but I've never picked Nando's as my first meal.
I've been to Nando's I was going to say a lot, but I actually haven't.
No,
That's
I've
a
actually
big
been
one.
like 3 or 4
Yeah, me
times
too.
in my life, and there's always been nice, but it's never been like top
I'm never
tier.
excited by Nando's.
You can get that kind of Nando's burger from Spoons. And the sauce. You can get Nando's sauces from a supermarket, make it at home. Plus, we're vegetarians now, so we're kind of out of place.
And the mushroom burger, halloumi burger, it's fine, but it's nothing to write home about.
Sorry, so
a bit
Nando's is
soggy.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
And that actually feels right.
That does
because
feel right.
The kind of people that go there, the demographic that watch,
Yeah,
that feels right.
that does feel right.
That does feel right.
It does feel right. It really feels right. Crying.
I love it so much.
Shall we do one for the Brummies?
Yes. Okay, it's time.
Snobs!
Oh, this has got to be good though, because Snobs.
Snobs, for me, I'm always so excited to go to Snobs, and then I always have a shit time.
Do you know, I was going to say, it sounds like blasphemy, but I think I'm more attached to what Snobs has been, not what it is anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's always full of people that are younger than me,
Yeah, oh yeah.
having more fun than me.
Oh.
Again, my entire year group.
Yeah.
It's a movie that I want to enjoy, but I have to be right in the good. I have to be in a very good mood to enjoy Snobs.
And it's like when you leave it after you've watched the film and you're like, oh,
It just wasn't as good as
yeah.
I'm giving it too much.
The more you think about it, it's like, actually, was
It's
it?
more of a nostalgic.
The soundtrack to the film, though, is ace, obviously. So like Snobs is great, and you've got a lot of snacks in there with you, but you've got
Movies that I
slushies.
keep watching but are disappointing every time.
It's one of those. It's like one of your favourite films you don't want to rewatch in case you're afraid that it's gonna go down in your estimation. What's a horror film we've watched a lot? What's a horror film you've watched a lot?
Literally. Anything by. I'll tell you what, and this might be a bit niche. It might be a bit niche for Snobs because Snobs needs to be a bit more iconic.
Brilliant.
But the third.
It's like you're just praying.
I can't even remember what it's called. That's how much. Three from Hell.
Three from Hell.
Three from Hell.
Three. Oh my God.
Is the third House of a Thousand Corpses Devil Rejects movie.
Yeah.
It was promised to be.
Did we watch that one, or did we get as far as?
No, I think we got to the second one, which I bought this. I was so excited for it for like the whole year. I was excited for it. I just wanted I wanted it to be so good, and I was like, I'm going to enjoy this so much. I'm right in the mood for this.
Yeah. So you build
This
it
sort
up.
of like trashy slasher, lots of like obscene violence, but also fun, funny, lots of quirky characters.
Bit of everything, yeah.
And it just was not as good as the first two.
And I think to other people, like, one, I didn't have higher expectations or didn't love Snobs. They love Snobs. They'd have a banging time. But I am terrified about going back to Snobs when the world eventually reopens.
Me too, because I'm scared it's going to be shit. It's like a bad... In fact, it's not even just Three from Hell. It's a bad Rob Zombie movie. Because I love Rob Zombie, and I always go to a Rob Zombie movie.
So you'll be loyal.
Excited.
Yeah.
And this is going to be so good. I'm so pumped for this. And then you find a bad one. And there's little bits like 31. Richard Brake in that is phenomenal. Sorry. He's such
Send
a good
us an
actor.
email if you want to know who these people are.
Yeah. Basically, there's a guy in it called Doomhead is his character's name, and he's in the first scene, and he's in right at the end of the movie, and he's amazing. The rest of the movie,
Oh.
5 spits for the enemy. It's awful.
That actually sounds about right. Like,
This, it is an awkward segue because I've had to cut a bunch of bad jokes and shit.
Snobs. Yeah. It starts well. You've got high hopes for it. But it's not always what you think it's going to be.
No. It's a bit hit and miss.
I mean, we've had some good snobs.
We have.
It's just gone down.
It's just got to be the best night.
Yeah.
Again, a hit or miss. That's what snobs is. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's shit.
Yeah, and sometimes it depends on like what we do. Like, you've got to bring for the film. You've got to bring the right snacks. You've got to be in the right. It's got to be the right time of day. You've got to have the right environment to watch it in. So yeah, it's just one of them. But I will always be loyal to it.
Yes.
So you'll always be loyal to a Rob Zombie movie.
I will.
So that feels right as well, you know. That absolutely feels right. Right. So which one should we do? What's one that everyone else has been to? I'm trying to think.
I think we need to go trashier so we can talk about like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or,
Yeah.
like, Wrong Turn, trash.
Oh my god,
movies.
Wrong Turns. Oh, there's like 9 of them.
What movie would Wrong Turn be? Because Wrong Turn
It'd probably
is
be Wrong Turn because it's already a movie.
crying. What chain would Wrong Turn be?
It's got to be a fast food restaurant, I think.
Yeah, because they're just so easy to make.
Yeah.
They're the same every time.
Yeah.
And they're just complete
bad for your
trash.
health.
And the director's literally like, he literally said, the director of the first however many was like, oh, I only really think about the kills.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about.
It's almost not even a chain restaurant. It's probably one of those takeaways that just exists outside of a student union.
Dixie's.
Oh my god, it's a Dixy Chicken.
Dixie's!
Actually, it's. Oh my god. That's pretty easy. Yeah, because like...
It's satisfying in the moment, but
Yeah.
if I was sober...
Yeah, and you tend to watch it at like 3 a.m. no other time is suitable. That's... Oh my god. Oh, crap, yeah. And you question your morals after you leave.
Yeah.
Probably undercooked.
Undercooked. If you're in the north, which I'm only ever in the north at Dixie's, there's always so much peri-peri salt on the chips. It's just an explosion to the senses, isn't it? It's too much.
So the thing is, though, I've had every experience at Dixie's, every Wrong Turn I've watched. I've had a good time still, and I did enjoy it because it was just easy and cheap.
It's trash, but yeah, I love it.
Oh my god. That's the most on point one, I think. Definitely. Is Dixie's a chain? It is, isn't it? Of course it is.
Dixy Chicken.
Oh, big fan though.
we came to that conclusion really fast, didn't we?
I'm trying to think backwards again.
Horror movie first.
What would you do for Saw? Because I know that's... So essentially it's got to be like your go-to restaurant, like your last meal kind of restaurant.
But also,
Or pub.
again, it needs to be really great the first time,
And then
just slightly worse every
Yeah,
other time.
like
You think
decor.
it's amazing, and then you taste other variants, and
Yeah.
you're like, maybe the sequels aren't as good
Yeah,
as
should
I
have stuck
think.
to the same meal the first time. But so what's that? I mean, could it be a carvery?
It could.
But it depends because I've never really had a bad carvery.
I've never had a bad carvery,
No, never had a bad carvery.
and I have seen a bad Saw movie. It was number 7, just for the audience.
What about maybe you could pretend it's like a pub crawl where you start at a carvery and you end at a Malloy's.
I actually can't think for Saw. It needs to be something proper grimy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Grimy, but like
Wherever
you
you-
keep going back. I don't want to say Mackey's.
I was thinking that, but it doesn't feel
it
like
doesn't feel right.
what's like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of Mackey's, but
Wacky warehouse.
yeah. Oh, classic. What could it be? What else? Not a Greg's. No, I've never had a bad Greg's.
I've never had a bad Greg's.
What if I had a good few and then it's just got worse over the years? So something that's slightly older and was like in its
Yeah,
prime.
something that kicked ass when we were younger. TGI Fridays.
Oh, I loved the TGIs, and then when they make you stand up on the chair, that's when I lost all hope. Or like a Jimmy Spices.
Jimmy Spices.
Because that is all reliant on what kind of buffet you get.
It is, and I feel like the first time you go to Jimmy Spices, you're like,
Yeah.
wow,
Like,
this
oh
is the
my
whole world.
God, yeah, it's like every meal in the world.
This is a party. I
Yeah.
only ever went to Jimmy Spices for parties
Genuinely.
when I was a teen.
Never been for a sit-down meal like it.
No. So
Yeah.
it's always like, you're always having fun.
Yeah.
But if you're going on a party, it depends on where you're being sat. Because a lot of times, I'd go and it would be like a friend of a friend. So all of my friends would be on one side of the table. And then I'd be stuck with someone I didn't really know, just wishing I was at the other end.
Oh my god, that is so correct again. This is a science. That's Saw is a Jimmy's.
Sauce.
Sauce spices.
Sauce. I did it again. Saw is a Jimmy Spices.
Oh man, I want that on a t-shirt.
Plus, Jimmy Spices isn't a chain anymore. It dissolved.
It's had its time.
It's had its time. Leave it in the past.
Yeah.
It was good in 2004.
When I was younger, but oh my god, that feels right. I like that. You've got that to a point. We need to do more of these crossover things as well. I'm a big
This is
fan.
fun.
I'm a really big fan.
We don't have an intro. Nope. We
No,
do have an
that's
intro.
the one thing we do actually have these days.
We don't have an outro, but we do have social media. We have all of them.
Yeah. I mean, you've made it to season 2. You know them now.
Yeah,
You've
if you're
lived
in
it.
season 2, you know where we are.
I wish people saw the way you did that. We have all of them. We can't be asked.
We're the Boob Podcast everywhere.
Yes, we are.
Also, like, subscribe, download this episode, listen to it. Maybe follow us on Spotify.
Donate.
You can donate.
Please
we do have
donate.
that function. And most of all, have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, and a spooky night.
Ooh. And that's from Boo.